Something's happening right now that could change education forever. And no, it's not a new app, it's not another smartboard. It is something way, way bigger. We're talking about a new teacher in the classroom. And this one, well, this one isn't human.
So, picture this. The place, a primary school in Hefei, China. The date, October 27th, 2025. And no, this isn't some science fiction movie. This is the very near future. And what's about to unfold here is going to mark a totally new chapter in how we learn.
Inside a science class, the students are meeting a new kind of teaching assistant. But this is not just some glorified tablet on wheels. This assistant doesn't just play a video when you tell it to. It's actually participating in the lesson, engaging with the kids in a way that, until now, was something only a human teacher could do. Everybody meet Xiao Anne. It's 1.4 meters tall, it blinks, it smiles, it even responds to questions with its own personality. And get this, it has a visual system that uses advanced computer vision to scan a student's work, right there on the desk. Its AI then provides an intelligent evaluation, right on the spot. So yeah, this is not just some machine. This is what many are calling the world's first true robot teacher.
The arrival of Xiao Anne is way more than just a cool tech demo. It's really the result of decades of research, and it's a huge signal of a massive shift in educational strategy.
So how in the world did we get here? And probably more important, where are we going with all this? In this explainer, we're going to look at the 40-year journey to this very moment. We'll weigh the promise against the peril of this tech, look at the national strategy that's driving it, and really try to figure out what this means for the future of teaching itself. You know, a robot like Xiao Anne didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's really standing on the shoulders of 40 years of evolution. It's been a long journey, one that's seen teaching robots go from being these simple, clunky tools to, well, sophisticated, intelligent assistants. This timeline really breaks it down for us. It all started back in the mid-20th century with these really simple, pre-programmed bots, mostly for special education. Think of them as mechanical teaching aids. Then, by the late 20th century, we got subject-specific tools, like a math tutor that could, adjust the difficulty. But still, there was no real back and forth. The real game changer was the last decade, with powerful AI leading to robots like Xiao Anne that can have genuine, two-way, and even emotional interactions. But of course, with any huge leap forward like this, there's always a big debate. And the robot teacher shows us two very, very different faces, one of just immense promise, and one of some pretty significant peril. Let's start with the promise, because the benefits could be huge. A robot can deliver a perfect, high-quality lesson anywhere, bringing amazing education to remote areas and helping to fix inequality. It can track every simple response a student makes, creating personalized learning reports to make teaching to the individual a real thing. And for the human teachers, this could be a total game changer, freeing them from up to 70% of their repetitive tasks so they can focus on what really matters. But for all that efficiency, for all that data, you have to ask, right? In our rush to embrace the machine, what essential human part of learning might we be leaving behind?
And this chart really lays it out in black and white. On the one hand, a robot gives you perfect, unbiased, data-driven instruction. But here's the thing. It has zero empathy. It can't teach moral values, it can't forge a real human connection, and it can't comfort a student who's having a tough day. It can teach facts perfectly, but it can't inspire with feeling.
And look, these are not just minor issues. There's a real risk of an emotional deficit in learning. A real danger that students become so dependent on getting instant AI-generated answers that they lose the ability to think deeply and struggle with complex problems themselves. And as digital interaction replaces face-to-face connection, we risk creating a generation that's just less equipped with the kind of resilience that only comes from real human mentorship.
So while we're all debating these very human concerns, this tech wave is not waiting around. And you've got to understand, the development of robot teachers is not just some corporate experiment. It is part of a coordinated, top-down, national strategy to build a so-called intelligent education system. This strategy is basically happening on 3 different levels, all at once. At the very top, you have the Ministry of Education issuing national plans that explicitly call for AI in teaching. Then, down at the local level, you have cities like Shenzhen and Shanghai running these ambitious pilot programs. And all of this is propped up by corporate buy-in, with companies like the one that built Xiao Anne getting government funding to push the tech forward, and to do it fast. And if you really want to get a sense of just how big this is, well, just follow the money. By 2030, the market for this intelligent education sector in China is projected to be worth a staggering 2 trillion yuan. This isn't just a policy. It's a massive economic and strategic bet.
So where does all this leave us? I mean, is the future just robots replacing teachers in every classroom? Well, the vision that's being put forward is less about replacement and a lot more about collaboration. A new kind of ecosystem where humans and machines actually teach together. And in this new ecosystem, the human teacher's job gets completely redefined. You go from being a knowledge transmitter, just lecturing and repeating facts, to becoming a human-centered guide. The new focus will be on all the things a robot can't do, being an academic planner, a psychological counselor, and, most importantly, a cultivator of creativity and critical thinking.
Okay, but for any of this to work well, we need a plan, a real framework. First, we have to set strong boundaries for data privacy and algorithmic bias. That's non-negotiable. Second, we have to clearly define the roles. Let the robots handle the repetitive stuff, while teachers lead on the creative and emotional side. And third, we have to train our teachers not to be afraid of this technology, but to become skilled partners with their new AI colleagues.
Maybe this quote here sums it all up perfectly. The goal isn't replacement, it's reinforcement. As the Xiao Annes of the world start showing up in more classrooms, the hope is that they'll act as a booster, making the irreplaceable light of a great human teacher shine even brighter. The ultimate question really is, will they boost our humanity or just automate it?